welcome to I Guess, a show where I hate everything until someone convinces me otherwise. I'm Lex Basile Price, and if you haven't heard, chai tea is wrong. Just chai. Yeah. With us today is the beautiful and hilarious Meghan O'Malley.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good because it's nice and not hot.
Oh,
It's nice and not hot in here.
I keep this place as close to an igloo as possible.
It's good.
But how are you wrong today?
How am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I'm certainly not wrong.
Oh.
I'm certainly not wrong, especially when it comes to songs that play in our heads that are very specific, you know?
Okay.
Now, there are 3 that play in my head a lot.
Okay.
But there's one that I'm going to say is like, it's the big one right now, because 2 are old school.
Okay, so it's a new earwormy song.
There's this new one that's really it's catchy. It is catchy as
I'm a little scared.
Yeah. You might
Okay.
you should be a little bit. But let me tell you about the other 2.
Yes, please.
Okay, so one that pops into my head all the time is the Perfect Strangers theme song. You know, it's
living on
Yeah, exactly.
What's wild about that theme song? It's so not like diegetic to the show. Like it almost feels like that person was like somehow connected to someone in production, and they're like, my nephew has a new song, and we would love to see it on this.
It's such a great opening, and I mean, like, if you've never watched the show, you think that it's something completely different. So progressive. It seems that it's 2 gay men in Chicago.
Yes, and they're in love.
Yeah, they're in love, and everyone around them is excited.
Yeah. And then you hear Balky, and you're like, wait, what?
Oh, cousins?
Okay.
But what an inspiring opening.
Oh, my God.
You know?
It almost feels like it would have played at the end of like a Christopher Reeve Superman.
Sometimes the world looks perfect.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like,
it has that like, I'm soaring, or it's almost like Great American Hero.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, where you're just like, oh, no, this is just 2 people. This is basically The Odd Couple, but one has a funny accent.
Exactly. Also with Great American Hero, I used to play that when I would bartend, and I would get the whole room to unite, and everyone's just hands in the air. They're soaring.
Yeah.
We're all connected. Until that song is over. And then we're all going to go back to being mad at each other.
Sad little lives.
Don't touch me. God.
But for those 2 minutes, it's a shorter one. Yeah. It's good.
It's good. Oh, it's catchy. Now, the next one is a jingle.
Okay, jingles are regional.
Yeah, and this one's Northeast specific. I wanted to say it was tri-state, but that's not fair because you know what? This one does reach into Massachusetts and Rhode Island.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to sing this one for you. The wonder of it all. Take a chance, make it happen. Pop the cork, fingers snapping. Spin that wheel, round and round it goes. Life is good, life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat and let's live and have a ball. Oh, let's live for the wonder of it all. Meet me at Foxwoods Casino. This is from the 90s.
There were times where I was like, well, this is a car commercial. This is a amusement park. Yeah. It was a casino?
Foxwoods Casino. It's so great. You would have that commercial come on, and then usually it would be followed up by Cats Now and Forever at the Winter Garden Theater. And then
now it seems like an advertisement for cats.
Yeah.
Just, you chop off the Foxwoods and Cats at the Winter Garden. You're
now
like, okay.
Forever. And then followed up by I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change.
Oh, great.
That was a good commercial because it was very, like, got the Long Island and the New Jersey people in. They'd be like, oh, I loved it. I had to bring everybody from my family. I brought my sister. I brought my daughter. I brought all of her friends.
You know, funny, but I don't know how accurate it is. When I moved to New York, because I've talked about it on other episodes, I have a kind of distinct dialect, originally from Southern California. Couldn't tell by the way I speak. But I was doing a show, like fresh moving to New York, and someone's like, oh, I mean, you're from Long Island. And I was like, Long Island? And they're like, yeah. Oh, see, you say it that way. And I was like, I guess? that was a new one. I'll trust that the people on the East Coast are maybe closer than in California. I always just got general East Coast.
The Long Island accent can be complicated for people who because I'm from Long Island.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm there,
it really comes out.
It comes out, but also I'm the tamed down version because I've taken diction classes.
Yeah.
But they can understand me.
Right.
You know, like when I'm on Long Island, if I say I went to Nassau, everyone there knows I went to Nassau Community College. But if I'm off of Long Island, I say I went to Nassau, the follow-up question has always been, what was it like to be in the space program?
Yeah. I took it as, because I think it's now slightly trained, I heard Tanassa, and that sounds like it could be like a city in Jersey.
Okay.
You know, where you like hit certain parts of Jersey and you're like, I don't think that was a word that they just said.
Yeah, like it actually ends with like R-E-T, but you don't pronounce it
Any
at
of it.
all, and
Yeah.
you stop at the U.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
like the second letter.
Yeah. Love that. See, because in Southern California, we had the one that will always get stuck in my head is, where you won't get a lemon. I wouldn't have got a lemon at Toyota of Orange. Where you won't get a lemon. I wouldn't have got a lemon. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was not tortured by Cars for Kids until moving here.
Oh, okay. Is that we're the ones that
Yeah.
That's not across. No, and honestly that's newer. It's been like,
yeah, though I think I haven't heard it a lot recently.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because I ditched Spotify, who brings this lovely podcast to you, for YouTube Music, which, by the way, I don't know how into music you are. Well, you brought songs. So yes, you're into music. Do you have like a Spotify like premium?
I do.
Okay. Let me pitch you on this. You're pitching me on Jingles. I'm going to pitch you on this. Do you watch a lot of YouTube videos?
You know what? I watch Bears. I watch live feed of Bears a lot.
Okay.
So it's hard to say that I watch a lot of videos.
Okay.
I watch one specific.
Okay. Because I was going to say, and then this will just be a pitch. If not to you, then maybe listeners at large.
Okay.
I found out recently that if you get YouTube Premium, which is the YouTube without the ads, they throw in YouTube Music.
Okay.
And there's no AI artists on YouTube Music.
Oh, but they are on Spotify.
And they are on Spotify. And I found a nifty little website where you can import all your playlists and songs and library from Spotify to YouTube Music. And it's basically the same price. So if you do watch a lot of YouTube and you're annoyed by all the commercials, and you've like, I was always like on the fence of like, do I do it? I don't want to really spend money. And then I was like, oh, Spotify sucks. YouTube Music is apparently not bad.
Yeah. Okay, something to think about.
Yeah, something to think about.
You know, I do have my Hulu bundled up with my Spotify. It's a grandfathered clause from like over 10 years ago. So it's...
You're good.
Yeah, it's one of the, like, even when people call to try to get me to switch to things, I tell them that and they're like, oh,
we won't touch that.
Stay.
I had that for I was with AT&T for my phone for years, and I had an unlimited plan from way back when that I kept grandfathering in. And even though AT&T was like balls, I was like, well, I'm not going to switch. And they hated me every single time I would go in there. They're like, oh, you can change it. I'm like, no. Also, I would go in and get like the smallest phone I could, as opposed to like, oh, expensive big phone. I'm like, no, what's that one that like is like fits in your pocket? I like that one.
Does it flip?
Talking about going back to the 90s, 2000s, I would love a flip phone. I've thought about it. I've really thought about it.
They're trying to bring it back.
I
it
know.
Feels like it just has to be really special for me to make that switch. But I do miss my flip phone.
I miss the drama.
Oh yeah, because you could just slam it shut. And I had one that flipped two ways. The other way for the like when everyone started getting.
You had a
iPhone.
Sidekick?
Well, it wasn't a Sidekick, but it was a Verizon phone. But it just had like the perfect keyboard.
Was it the orange brick one that you flipped up? That you flipped up?
Yeah, you could flip it up, but then you could also flip it the other.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That.
But then once I got to the point of flipping, and then it just wasn't working anymore, and I was like, I gotta get a real phone now.
Yeah, I had to upgrade years ago. It was my first visit to New York, and my husband and I went to the Cock.
Yeah. Classic
New York.
Yeah.
and I lost my phone because I was also at the time, I had been previously a go-go dancer, and the go-go dancing there was not doing it. And I ended up in underwear go-go dancing. So my clothes had come off. When I put them on, there was no phone in the pocket. And I had to send my now husband back in. And he crawled on the floor of that disgusting dive bar and tried to find it. And alas, it was gone. And then I was in the same boat where it's like, well, now it's might as well get an iPhone. I've been putting it off for so long.
Yeah. Wow.
And then bundling's back. Talking about the 90s.
Bundling.
We're going back to cable.
I think we might be going back to cable.
Yeah.
It feels.
All the streaming things are just cable again.
Yeah, because but you're putting it together. And then you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, we're being taken on a ride.
I think so. I think it's just the same scam over and over.
Yeah, so we're both agreeing on that.
Yes, that for sure. I love the Foxwood jingle. I worry it's too long for a jingle.
Yeah.
I do like the drama of it. Yeah. And it does take you for a ride.
And I like something that's going to build. Like, I think we're telling a story. Like, take me, if I have to listen to this whole thing, what's going on?
Was this radio or TV?
It's TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was the visual, like, also hypnotic?
So great.
Okay.
You're like, Foxwood seems so great. And then when I finally...
you as a kid.
Yeah. And when I finally went as an adult, because I had a friend that when she moved to Connecticut, she was nearby. So we went for the day. And I was like, oh.
It's just a casino?
Okay. It's cool. It's not what I guess I put it on such a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Foxwoods where Hell's Kitchen is now? The show? The TV show? Oh, I can't look. I think... I don't watch Hell's Kitchen most of the time. My husband's super into TV shows.
Oh, food. The cooking show.
The cooking show. No, not the...
I went right to Broadway. I was like, no, I just said it's in Connecticut.
It's theater district adjacent. Yeah, no, the TV show. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it might be Foxwoods, but I could be wrong. It is at a casino resort.
Or Mohegan Sun.
Maybe.
Yeah, but they're both pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah. You've been to one, you've been to them all.
I haven't. I grew up in California close to Las Vegas.
Okay.
I would go as a child, which I guess is weird, theoretically. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
But my dad was a travel agent, so he would get like timeshare opportunities more regularly. Okay. That's how we took vacations as a poor family, was
perfect
timeshares that you would go and sit in a meeting.
Okay.
And you would never buy it.
No.
Sometimes if they only had, because it was me and two siblings eventually, and they usually didn't like that. It was usually for a family of 4. So one of us would have to take our youngest sibling. We would basically 2 of those children would have to disappear and hang out. Y'all, it was different time. Hang out at like the pool or walk around the grounds while everyone checked in, went to the meeting.
You guys stay here. Anybody comes near you, you make noise, you make yourself real big. Make them scared to take you.
Yeah. Watch out for the other kid.
Yeah.
Why? I always remember... It was always like, I guess we'll put them in 2 so they're safer, as opposed to 1 child.
It's amazing. We're here. We've made it.
We made it in a way that I don't think would fly today.
So many.
And I think it's the jingles that were keeping us safe.
Well, there's this new one. And you can sing it in so many different styles, right?
That's always exciting.
And there's such a story in all of these commercials.
Okay.
I got type 2 diabetes and I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians at each day start. As time goes by, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C. And then you talk in the middle for a while about stuff and everything's fine. And you're just like, wow, what a confusing commercial. What is happening here in this office, this ball game, this supermarket, them just walking around in the square. Jardiance is really swell, a little pill with a big story to tell. I sing it all the time.
I am floored. I
all
have
the
not
time.
heard this jingle.
You don't know the Jardians?
No.
Oh my, okay, you are in for some real treats. Let me tell you what happens in these commercials, because off the bat, you're probably like, what is this?
Yeah.
Besides type 2 diabetes.
Type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, which I don't have.
I do know it's one little pill with a giant story to tell.
Which
from this song, it does.
And you know what? I would like to know what the story is that they think that they're telling.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm really concerned about everybody with type 2 diabetes. It turns out, in my mind, you take this pill, you are now living. So that's great, but you ain't smart. Right? They are all so
this
dumb.
pill it's the pill to make you dumb. It's the opposite limitless pill.
Yeah. It makes you dumb, and you just know choreographed dances, but not well. Like, it is the most, like, I'm so jealous of everybody in these commercials, because I'm like, oh my God, I could do that choreography. I was like, it's so simple.
Do we think it was on purpose that they got people that were bad?
All right. No, so
or did they give them the dumb pill?
The one that really stuck out to me, where I was kind of like, what's going on with Jardians? Like, is there could be like I could be cracking open a case, like somebody at home is like, finally somebody else thinks there's something wrong with these pills. Like, I've thought about, like, what if I was the only person in that town that didn't have type 2 diabetes?
That you were the only one not on Jardians?
Yeah. So you have to, like, fix things for everybody. But that's just how it goes. Okay, so there's this one where they're in the office, right?
Okay.
And they're the hero, the woman, she's taken her pills. So she's now, like, on top of it. Everybody in the office is like, yes, you're doing great. But it's confusing if maybe they're on the pills too. Then they're all in their choreographed dance. The delivery guy comes in with lunch. She goes to grab it, right? Everybody goes back to their desks. Two of her coworkers are sitting there waiting for their lunch. She brings it over. She gives the lunch to the wrong people. They wait for her to leave. Then they switch. And so at that point, I was like, are they just being nice to her? Are they just like, oh no, but she has type 2 diabetes. Just wait till she leaves. And then she goes into the printer room, right? And there's this guy just standing at the printer, and he's looking around. He's pushing the button. The printer's not working. And she walks in, and she smiles at him, looks down at the floor, picks up the plug, and she plugs it in. And then he smiles, and he's just like, yeah, he's just like nodding, like, wow, the plug.
So he's obviously on Jardians too.
I think he has type 2 diabetes as well. It's like, you're just like, who in this office? Who's who?
Because at first I was like, when you described the lunch switching, I was like, is this a Truman Show situation where they're all indulging this woman's musical fantasy of life? But then now we've got old printer plug. Yeah. Did she unplug it?
See,
so that she could come in later and be like, oh, me.
Honestly, I think they could have set that up for her too. Maybe he walked in, he was like, let me unplug it.
She needs a win. She's got type 2 diabetes.
Yeah. This
is diabolical.
Yeah.
And there's other scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a baseball game.
There's one in the baseball game. I don't think anybody scores. I don't think anybody.
Everyone's on Jardians.
They're all on Jardians. It's definitely like nobody knows how to play the game. The one guy, he's like, hey, it's as if he's like, yeah, I got type 2 diabetes and I manage it well. And it's just like a regular guy who just got off the bus. I'm going to go play a baseball game.
Wait, he's in the baseball game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all the players.
But
on both teams.
They're both sponsored by Jardians.
Yeah.
This is just to keep the populace busy and keep them in line by giving them Jardians.
In a way, yeah. It's almost as if it's like Severance. It's like,
I love this. Like,
it's a happier
psyop,
but yeah.
Scenario where like we're giving people this. It's sinister. But hidden behind this veneer of musical, because all musicals are uplifting, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
I am in shock.
Like the first commercial that came out for it, it all makes sense, right? It was one of those typical type 2 diabetes commercials where everyone has a song and they're just walking around the town and everyone's just kind of like waving to each other. And you're just like, okay, it's a regular town. And then Jardians started going deeper, where everybody else is just like, no, we're going to stick to the walking around town. But those ones are weird too, because it's like somebody will be working in their garage on like they're building something. And then all of a sudden you just see all the townspeople walking through and he puts the tools down and he joins the group because they all have type 2 diabetes, I guess.
So this is you're also positing that this is a continuous storyline where more and more of this community is taking Giardians, and also the longer you take it or the higher your dose gets, it becomes even more wild.
Yeah. Things get crazier because this is all we're seeing on the surface. We don't even know what's happening in the depths.
And I'm assuming the voice break is a voiceover.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's the sinister corporation talking about it, but they don't hear.
Yeah. Well, everyone's just having a good time. Like when they're in the supermarket, it looks like Stepford Wives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the way like everyone's just kind of like, deet, deet, but smiling at each other too. Yeah.
Which is not New York.
No.
It's California, kind of, but that sucks. Being in that smiley place, not for me.
The nice thing about New York is that we all respect each other so much that we're not going to make eye contact when we go out.
You'll make friends in your neighborhood that you'll do. Usually it starts with like a and then you might give a morning on a Sunday. My neighborhood's very much about a morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
For people that I've never met.
Yeah, you got to respect it.
Yeah, you give a morning, but you don't offer a morning.
I live next to a church, and my neighborhood does not give a crap. They're like, we never see you in church. We don't want anything to do with you. And I'm like, Catholics. Gee, I get you.
So we also live by a pretty big church. And one day my husband walked out and his flip-flop had like come apart. Like the sole. And his hair was apparently a mess. He walked out and this woman who was clearly on her way to church looked him up and down and just went... as though to say like, you need to get right with the Lord.
I'm going to say a prayer for you, but you are wasting my time.
I know that we as a country have accepted the idea of prescription medication commercials. But at what point did they need to be extravaganzas?
Yeah, they don't. I mean, even going in for the auditions for them. I remember one, I think it was like in 2016. I was brought in for a prescription drug. I didn't get it, but they did ask me while I was there, like, would you be okay being portrayed as a lesbian? And I was like, a lesbian with a rash? Sure. Like,
is this a only...
Yeah. I was like, it wouldn't say anywhere. There was like the commercials. I watched them and I'm like, there's no indication that anyone's a lesbian. Why was this? But I think it's like, they were like, no, we want to market it that way. It's like, but lesbians just look like regular people.
They've got great healthcare.
Yeah, they do.
They can ask their doctor. I cannot wait. I'll link it in the show. Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Because I think that is, how I haven't even watched it, and I already want there to be like more and more sequels.
And they're diverse. That's the other thing.
Is it a new song every time?
No, it's the same song, but they changed the
hero
way.
Character.
Yeah, like the supermarket one. That one gets very jazzy, and you're just like, oh, okay,
so they play with form.
Yeah, like some of them can sing,
but no one can dance.
Some of them can't. Oh, the dance moves are so big. It's box step with a little bit of like
hand flourish.
Yeah.
But none of them do it correctly.
They do, but not. I don't think they're supposed to be like. I don't think they
want. They didn't want dancers.
Yeah.
They wanted regular people with type 2 diabetes.
They wanted the regular people who think that they're dancers, and you're just like, oh, God bless you. Like I wouldn't go in for a dance call, but this one, I'm like, oh, I could do that one.
Do we think they cast these people without telling them they're going to dance? And then they're like, it's easy.
You do.
Because I can't imagine the unearned confidence to be like, oh no, I'm going in for the medication dance call.
Well, I do know because I had a friend who auditioned.
Okay.
They do have them dance. They send them choreography to do like a little bit. But it has to still be like in medium shot.
Yeah.
So it can't be too complex.
People talking about audition. Casting directors are getting wild with what they're asking for in a self-tape. They want, number one, they want production values. Number two, they want a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, they want a full body shot, but also chest up and maybe a medium. And you have to do a song. I like when they give you an improv scene, a silent improvised scene, especially for commercials. They'll do that where it's like, okay, you are in the kitchen and you're like helping your son. Don't worry, you don't need a child. We'll provide the child. And you're like, what do you want? Do you want me to mime? Because I'm not going to be doing that in the commercial, I hope.
Yeah.
What do you want? I know what you want. You want to just see what I look like.
Yeah. Can't you just look at me and just feel like, I like it?
Yeah. Like, I get it. Headshots, that's you at your best.
Yeah.
But also self-tapes. A lot of people are like, I've seen some people setups. Wild. I refuse to go too crazy with it. Like, I make sure it's nicely framed. Mm-hmm. I use a good camera and a microphone. Microphone is my number one thing, shockingly.
Yeah.
But I will not do it more than 5 times.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm not gonna do it and sit there and perfect it and feel like I will go, the kind of person I am, I will go crazy.
Yeah. I'm also the same. If I don't have it in 5, it's not gonna be changing. So I should just take what I got right there. Also, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel okay with not sending something that's perfect because you're going to want to change things anyway. So why am I sending you the final product? Like,
yes.
Also, be kind during the summer. My hair is going to be what it is. You have somebody on set who can fix it. Look at my photo. Don't look at what it is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the fact that performers are expected to be makeup artists, hairstylists, costumers. Don't get me started on bring your own costumes to set.
Oh, yeah.
I just always say, I don't have that. And I'm like, you're not going to pay me for that. And it gets ruined. I love especially a small theater production that's like, well, you can provide your costume. And I say, no, I will not.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a fun little thing that I get to say. It's only fun for me, but it's very shocking for the person on the other end. But I say it in a very matter of fact. Yeah. Oh, no, you know what? I used to have that, but my apartment burnt down. And I
don't mean to laugh, but
it's the truth.
I know it's the truth.
But it's like 3 years later, I can now make this joke. But also, I am going to say that to the person, be like, that when they're like, you don't have that, like being like, that's a basic thing in your wardrobe. It's like, I've been rebuilding my life. I didn't get around to that piece of wardrobe.
And then you just you're like, I'll show you acting. And you slightly crack. My thing that I have sometimes done on an audition that's also as unhinged as that is I'll sometimes come in with, depending on what it is, a fake accent.
Okay.
Because I have a specific dialect. Sometimes it's better to come in with an accent that's not quite your own and then switch to an accent, and then they go, what a natural accent that is.
But then they don't realize that the first one was the fake.
No, because I have a British passport. I'm a British citizen, and it's on my resume. So if you're not paying attention, yes.
And then all of a sudden you have an amazing American accent. But when you come in as an American, you just have a basic.
Yeah, and they're like, why does he sound like that?
God, good for you.
Because I can't do a very good American accent. I start sounding like a Brit that's like, hi, I have a really hard R sound. But I have apparently I've been told I sound like Jude Law. Very general London accent I can do.
Right.
And then I come in with this American accent. I'm like, that's a weird choice, but it works.
Wow. Yeah, get him.
So what we're saying is, Giardian
is really swell.
You got 2 people who can kind of move.
Yeah.
And will sing and can do that I'm assuming everyone's slightly dead behind the eyes.
They're really happy. But in the way that dumb people are happy. It's like when I've had 2 concussions in my life. After the second one, The second one was a real fun one because I was real dumb. I was dumb for months, but I didn't really know it. You know, it's like I would just leave the house every day with a smile on my face, and I'd walk down the street and I'd look at the trees and I'd be like, wow, if I was a bird, I live in that tree. And then I'd look at another one and I'd be like, oh no, that's a really good tree to live in. And then I would smile and keep walking down the street. And then one day I woke up and I was like, whoa, what's been happening the past few months?
You were on Giardia.
Yeah, in a way.
I would love that simplicity.
Yeah, I try to channel that sometimes on a simple day where it's like, you need to take it easy. And then just look up at the trees and pretend you're a bird. Which tree would you live in?
So just sends memory back to concussed.
Yes. It was a nice time in the beginning.
Was the concussion a fun story?
Oh, no. I was early for work and I went to open the door and the handle was one of those like baseball bat size ones. Yeah. And it wasn't attached to the door. And the night guy, he told one of my bosses and the boss was like, yeah, just put it. I'll be the first one in. No, I was the first one in. And so I went and I pulled it off. And it wasn't attached. So when you pull a door, you have a good strength to it. Oh and so that strength went right into the top of my head. And then I had a baseball size
welt.
Yeah, welt on it. And I went, then they let me go. But so then I went to my other job because I knew since I had a concussion before, I knew the one thing I had to do was stay awake.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me go to my other job and get some hours in. And so I walked in there and it's actually, I went to the wrong floor. I would love the security cameras of me in that building that day. I was like, this isn't 11. What? That's 9? But where's 9 to 11? It took me a while to figure out. There was 2 floors I had to go. But then I finally get and I walk in the door and I was like, hey. And everyone was like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, what are you talking about? There's
a giant well.
Yeah. And so then they sent me to First Med, but they talked to the first job to get the workman's comp.
Yeah.
So everything was, so both jobs are now working together. Also, I'm a liability at the second job because I walked in. So it's like, that's nice of them to do that. But also I kind of forced them to do
have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after I went to the doctor, it gets better. Then I called my mom. I'm in Times Square and she's like, Meg, I don't understand. You got a concussion? And I was like, yes. She was like, but how did this happen? I don't get it. I was like, no, I'm the one who doesn't get it. And I'm like yelling in Times Square.
Why are you concussed?
Yeah. I'm like, stop. I'm the one. And everyone, it's just beautiful. If you ever have to like yell,
that's the place to do it.
Do it in Times Square because everyone's just like,
New York is crazy.
So many characters. And then I went to an audition.
You got that hustle in you.
Yeah. Well, when I showed up to the audition.
Giant well. Or did you bang it? Okay.
No. I walked in with such confidence. Oh, man. Such confidence. And what I remember from that, and I had a partner, too. They kept him to do it.
Great.
Yeah, because they were like, well, we don't know what that was. You know, they
apologized to him
for me. And I appreciate that. They have forgotten about it over the years because they started bringing me back in. And I recently did a workshop with that casting director and she had no clue, which I wanted to be like, do you remember me? Because it's like, you have to remember me.
They definitely remember this woman walked in off the street, did a scene, walked confidently out, and they apologized.
Yeah.
That was clearly just a stranger.
Yeah, and when I was doing my slate, they were like, Meghan, we need you to look over here. Meghan, over here. So in the future, I will then call my manager and I'll be like, I can't go to that audition if something happens ever again. But at that time, I was like, nope, you always have to go to the audition.
That's what they teach you.
They're going to yell at me if I don't.
My story is not as fun as that. My dad, I was like 13. My dad was like, hey, let's do a double person, like a 2-person somersault.
Okay.
Where
Seems like a disaster already.
He was like on the ground and I grabbed his ankles and he grabbed mine.
Yeah.
And then we rolled over, but he didn't tell me to tuck my head.
Oh, no.
And so I came right down onto my head.
Smash.
How am I alive?
That does hurt.
Yeah, that was it was one of those situations where the only thing I really remember is my dad being like, oh fuck. Just like, you have hurt your child in a serious way accidentally. And you're like, this will be fun.
Yeah.
He likes, I'll throw, because I used to also, he was a diving coach. And so he would, when they were afraid to do a dive, he would tell me to go do it to shame them because I was younger. I was like a child. And he'd be like, go do an inward dive, which is the one where you jump up and turn. So you come down with the back of your head towards the diving board.
I can't.
I haven't.
People have tried to teach me over the years. Like when I took swimming lessons, they're like, you can swim, you can't dive. We can't put you to the next level. They're like, don't take any more classes if you can't dive. They're like, but you can swim. And I was like, okay. My mom was like, great, you're done. And I was like, maybe you should encourage me a little bit more. But the whole, like, nope, our family, we don't dive.
Well, you didn't have the right encouragement because my encouragement was hanging out in makeshift hot tubs with high school boys in Speedos.
Oh, yeah, but the hot tub, God, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I don't care how hot they are. You can't, 2020 ruined hot tubs for me when I was like 10. And then I rewatched the episode when I was 13 because it was on again before streaming and YouTube and all that. So it was about hot tubs and their death traps.
Yeah, I did. We had a hot tub at our house in LA that we rented a room at, and I was in charge of cleaning it. That stopped me from going in hot tubs.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to tell adults to not wear lotion in a hot tub.
Yeah, and most of the times when you get into a hot tub, it's because you've been having fun. And everyone's like, let's just hop in.
And you're like, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, granted, this hot tub at the high school was a metal trough thing with a hose stuck in it.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
That actually sounds, because it can't suck you in and it can't.
Can't do nothing.
I can't die. I could drown, but I can't get sucked to the bottom.
It was just to keep you wet, I guess, between dives.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't want to wear your parka, your diving parka.
Oh, I love a parka.
Yeah. This has been absolutely amazing. I can't wait for the continuation of Giardians. Obviously, the other Jingle and Perfect Strangers, yes.
Yeah.
But I think, really, you were correct.
Giardians it's killing it. And it just pops into your head, and then you become an idiot. Like, I'll be doing my dishes, and I'm saying,
you don't even need to take Giardians.
Nope.
You just need it incepted into your head. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Where can our listeners find more from you?
You can find me on Instagram at Megs O'Mals. And I have a website, megano'malley.com.
All your stuff?
And I'm going to update it soon.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I have podcasts.
Yes.
I have two. Barely Making It. That one's comedy, fun conversations, good times.
Great.
And then the Bake Sale Session, that's more cannabis related.
Great.
I'm talking about community and like demystifying and humanizing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't forget to leave a review, a rating. Megan knows this. That's what really is the thing that helps so much, unfortunately, is a stranger on the internet being like, I think this is good.
Yeah. And I'm really bad at promoting my stuff. So I'm just like, one day people are going to find all these. That's what I keep telling myself.
Well, yes. And weirdly, that's kind of what happens, even with the successful ones. I have a friend who works at Vulture. Thanks, Carol. Don't do any advertising. This is all word of mouth. Tell your friends what jingle has been stuck in your head, either from childhood or what's the new Giardia? Tell us. Join us next time as we once again prove that my opinion is always right about everything, all the time.